Alright, in today's video, we are going to be talking about tuberculosis. We are going to be talking about the causes of tuberculosis, how tuberculosis can be transmitted from one person to another, how tuberculosis bacteria infect your body, the signs and symptoms of tuberculosis, how tuberculosis can be prevented, as well as the treatment option. If you are new to this channel, please like and share this video, and please do well to subscribe to this channel. Now, what is tuberculosis? Tuberculosis is an infection of the lungs, and it is caused by the bacterium called Mycobacterium tuberculosis. This tiny organism that has killed millions of people for centuries primarily affects the lungs, but it can spread to other parts of your body, including your kidney, your spine, and your brain. Talking about how tuberculosis can be transmitted from one person to another, transmission occurs when an infected person coughs or sneezes, releasing tiny droplets into the air. These droplets usually contain the tuberculosis bacteria, and when another person inhales these droplets, they may become infected. But it will interest you to know that most people who are exposed to tuberculosis do not develop active tuberculosis. Instead, they may enter a latent phase where the tuberculosis bacteria remain dormant in their body. Another thing you need to know is how the tuberculosis bacteria infect your body. In this case, we have three stages of tuberculosis. We have the primary tuberculosis, the secondary tuberculosis, and the extrapulmonary tuberculosis. The primary tuberculosis occurs when you breathe in infected droplets from a person who has tuberculosis. The bacteria will enter your lungs and go inside special immune cells called macrophages. These macrophages are supposed to destroy the tuberculosis bacteria, but the bacteria is very clever. It survives and continues to multiply inside the macrophages. Your immune system surrounds these infected macrophages by forming a tight cluster just to keep the tuberculosis bacteria in check. If your immune system succeeded in doing so, then you are going to enter latent tuberculosis. In this case, you won't show any symptoms of the disease, and you will not be able to transmit the disease to others. Talking about the secondary tuberculosis, after many years without showing any symptoms, the tuberculosis bacteria is reactivated when you have a weak immune system, especially due to HIV and AIDS. Gradually, you begin to experience symptoms like chronic cough with blood, fever, weight loss, night sweat, and chest pain. At this point, you will be able to transfer the disease to others because you now have active tuberculosis disease. After the secondary tuberculosis, the extrapulmonary tuberculosis sets in. In this case, the infection takes place outside the lungs, and the tuberculosis bacteria has multiplied and spreads to other parts of your body. The most infected parts include your intestine, your kidney, your bone, your genitals, and even your brain. Because this tuberculosis bacteria spreads to your urinary tract and your kidney, you begin to experience blood in your urine and painful urination. And have it in mind that without treatment, this extrapulmonary tuberculosis is very fatal, and it has claimed the lives of millions of people. So how can you and I prevent tuberculosis? Number one is through vaccination. The BCG vaccine is given to infants in some countries to protect them against severe form of tuberculosis. Those people living with latent tuberculosis can also prevent the tuberculosis disease by taking the vaccine. Number two, early detection, especially in those people living with HIV, is necessary because if this tuberculosis bacteria is detected on time, it prevents the development of active tuberculosis disease. Number three, if you are living with tuberculosis, learn to cover your mouth when coughing and sneezing so you don't transmit the disease to your loved ones. And if you see anybody coughing or sneezing close to you, run away. Talking about the treatment, tuberculosis can be treated with antibiotics for up to 6 months to 1 year, and it is advisable to follow the instructions given to you by your healthcare providers if you are currently living with tuberculosis, so you don't suffer from tuberculosis resistant bacteria.